Today I'm going to tell you something about the diagnostic trouble code P0193, which means there is a high pressure in that fuel trim. What does that code mean? The code means that there is a trouble in the ECU, and that high pressure is registered in the ECU, and there are different reasons. First of all, it can be a clogged fuel line, it can be defective a faulty pressure sensor, it can be the O2 sensors. And my problem was that I had the diagnostic trouble code P0193 and two codes for the oxygen sensors. The oxygen sensor, this is the first one here, this is the upper one. This is for the cylinders 1, 2 and 3, and for the cylinders 4, 5 and 6, which is called bank 2, the oxygen sensor is located there. Here you just see this is the upper part, and down there on the exhaust system is the lower part. So what I did is I changed the oxygen sensors, and after some time the code, or the diagnostic trouble code, reoccurred. So I thought that the oxygen sensor were faulty again. I ordered some quality sensors by Bosch and changed them, and what happened? The code occurred again and again. Finally, I thought it was the mass airflow sensor, which is located here. This car has a secondary airflow system, and it's a second sensor here. So I changed this mass airflow sensor here. I was lucky. It was a used part. It was a new part for just 30 euros, and the code occurred once again. So I went to my mechanics and told them the problem, and finally they thought that it was problem with the gasoline, with the fuel line, and they changed the fuel filter. Yeah, first time, about 100, 200 and 500 kilometers I drove to Berlin. It was all right, and on the way back that code occurred again and again. I scanned with the OBD scanner, and that code was once more. So I was almost going crazy, and one day I was checking and cleaning the car, and what I found out is that there was a leak in that hose in here. You have this one. This is the filter, the air filter. Then you have the mass airflow sensor, and this hose here goes down there. You have two trims here, and you have this double hose, one here, one there. This is one part, and here that was cracked. There was a hole in that, and in some cases, as it moves, the hole was not visible, and in some cases the hole opened. So there was false air coming here, and the mass airflow sensor measures the air which comes through the air filter and sets a code, or tells the ECU how much fuel is needed to run the engine smoothly. And the problem was, in that case here, if you have a leak or there comes some more air inside, then more fuel is needed. But the oxygen sensors on the back side, on the exhaust system, says there is too much fuel. So the ECU sets that code. And that was the reason for the diagnostic trouble code P0193. If you want to get access to this, remove these two bolts, remove these clips, 1, 2, 3 and 4, so you can just take away these two parts as one. Then remove this one here, disconnect the mass airflow sensor, and here you have the DISA. Here's a clip. You just press this and pull this upwards. You pull it back, And here are 3 screws. One here, the Torx screw. There is a second one here beneath, and a third one here, which is located under the second one. This is also a Torx, and here you have a normal hex bolt. After you take this out, you just pull this out. Then you get access to this area. There, one here and one here. You remove this. There are 2 hoses extra, and then you get. If you want to put that back in the new rubber piece, always use some grease because it is quite dry here, and if you want to put that back, it is quite difficult. So you just use some grease, reassemble this first here, then the second hose, and these 2 small hoses, then this line, put it back here. Here's a rubber sealing inside, do not forget this. Put that back, delete the diagnostic trouble codes, and finally there was no more error. So first, if you have this code that there is a problem with the trim line, there is a high circuit or a high pressure in that trim line, my advice is first to search for any leakage. You can do a smoke test, put some smoke inside here and see if there is a leakage, but you have first of all definitely to check these hoses. So I hope you enjoyed it and I could help some of you asking if you have any problems like that. So anyway, I wish you all a good weekend and having a safe and nice ride.